Hello, my dear students. Today I am going to take one more concept from the operations research, which is to find the solution of be that maximization case or be that minimization case uh, in solving an LPP. Here we are going to solve an LPP using the graphical method to find be it max z or be it min z, so minimization or maximization. So today we are going to follow different steps which we have to take in order to find the solution of an LPP or a linear programming problem by using graphical method. So let us go for that. So here is the problem, solve the following LPP, that is linear programming problem by graphical method. We have max z is equal to 5x1 plus 7x2 subject to constraints x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 4, 3x1 plus 8x2 is less than or equal to 24. Then we have 10x1 plus 7x2 is less than or equal to 35, and x1 x2 is greater than or equal to 0. Here the first step that we have to follow is to change this inequality here into equality. So what is the first step here? The first step is to change this inequality into equality. How are we going to change it? We are going to write down x1 plus x2 is equal to 4, 3x1 plus 8x2 is equal to 24, then 10x1 plus 7x2 is equal to 35, x1 x2 is greater than or equal to 0. So here is the step, that is max z is equal to 3x1 plus 7x2. This is how we are going to change inequality into equality. So after doing this, what we are going to do, we are going to find out these x1 and x2 values for all these equations. Fine. So what we are going to do here, first now see here, we are going to make this table here. In this column we are going to put the equations. We have here three equations, x1 plus x2 is equal to 4, 3x1 plus 8x2 is equal to 24, then 10x1 plus 7x2 is equal to 35. This is the first like first column here. Now next what we are going to do, we have here this column. In this we are going to write down if x1 is equal to 0. Here we are going to write down if x2 is equal to 0, and here x1 and x2. Now what we are going to do here, now see in this equation x1 plus x2, here we have if x1 is equal to 0, because the equation is what? Equation is x1 plus x2 is equal to it is 4, right? Now in this equation if we are putting x1, this x1 if we put is equal to 0, then x2 is equal to 4, right? Then x2 will be how much? X2 will be, it's very clear, it will be 4. Now in the same equation if we put x2 is equal to 0, now instead of this x1 we are putting this x2 is equal to 0, then x1 will be how much? X1 will be 4, right? And in this column what we are going to do, we are going to write the values of x1 and x2. We have x1 4 and we have x2 as well 4. Now in this equation we have 3x1 plus 8x2 is equal to 24. Now if we write if x1 is equal to 0, so we are going to put x1 is equal to 0 here. So this will become what? This will become 0. Then 8x2 is equal to 24. Then we are going to write down it here, 8x2 is equal to how much? 8x2 is equal to 24, right? So x2 will be how much? x2 is equal to 24 divided by 8 is how much? It is 3, right? That is what we have written here, x2 is equal to 3. Now in the same equation if we are putting x2 is equal to 0, now this x2 we are going to put 0 here. 8 into x2 is how much? 8 into 0 is 0. Then 3x1 is equal to 24, so we are going to write down here 3x1 is equal to 24, right? 3x1 is equal to 24. Then x1 will be how much? X1 will be is equal to it will be 24 divided by 3, and 24 divided by 3 is how much? 24 divided by 3 is 8. That is what we have got here. Right, then we have this one, like what is that? X1 is equal to 8 and X2 is equal to 3. Fine. Now we are coming to this equation. In this equation, if we put X1 is equal to 0, if we put here in this X1 is equal to 0, 10 into 0 is how much? 10 into 0 is 0. Then we have 7x2. 7x2 is how much? 7x2 is equal to 35. Right? 7x2 is equal to 35. Then x2 will be how much? X2 is equal to, it will be 35 divided by 7. So 35 divided by 7 is how much? 35 divided by 7 is 5. Then we have x1. When we put x2 is equal to 0, now if we are putting this one as 0, so 7 into 0 is 0. Then we have 10x1 is equal to 35. That is 10x1 is equal to 35. Right? If 10x1 is equal to 35, x1 will be how much? X1 will be 35 divided by 10. Right? So 35 divided by 10 is how much? 35 divided by 10 is 3.5. That is what we got here. That is 3.5. Fine. So x1 is 3.5 and x2 is how much? X2 is 5. Right? Did you understand this? Now after finding the values of all these x1 and x2 values for these three different equations, we are going to plot all these values on in a graph on both the axes, x axis and y axis. Fine. Now what we are going to do, we are going to plot all these points on x1 and x2, x1 axis and x2 axis. Let that be x and y axis. Now see here, we have first here, let this be x1 and let this be x2. Now the first like points that we have to plot here is x1 is equal to 4 and x2 is equal to 4. So what we are going to do, we are going to take here 4, here we are going to take 4, and here we are going to take 4, and we are going to draw a line. Fine. 4 and 4, this is going to connect it. And this is for what equation? This is for the equation x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 4. Then for the second equation, we have x1 and x2 values as x1 is 8 and x2 is 3. So we are going to connect this. This is x2 value, this is x1 value. So we are going to connect this 3 and this 8 here, and the equation here is 3x1 plus 8x2 is less than or equal to, is a mistake here, so we are going to remove this, is less than or equal to 24. Fine. Then we have next equation, as the last equation, we have values x1 is 3.5, which is here, and the x2 value is 5, which is somewhere here, and we are going to connect to both these 2 points, that is 5 and 3.5, and the equation here is 10x1 plus 7x2 is less than or equal to 35. Now after this, what we are going to do, we are going to share this portion, as this is now if we talk of this one 3 and 8, this equation 3x1 plus 8x2 is less than or equal to 24. So the shading will be under this line. This will be, so from this till this we are going to shade it. So let us take one color. We are going to take one pen. Let me take the color, any color we can take. Let's take white, and we are going to make some perpendicular lines here. Can we make it like this? And I am going to make it in this area, so till here. Right? So we are done with the shading in this part here. Now we are going to take some other pen color. Let me take red. Now we have this here 5 and 3.5. We have made perpendicular, and here we are going to make as here it's perpendicular, and now here we are going to make some horizontal lines. So here let me make with red pen under this, because this is less than or equal to, so all this shading will be below this line, not above the line. Fine. So we are done with the coloring here. Now we are going to take the last one here. Let me take some other color. Let us take yellow. So we have now this one. Which one is that? This 4 and this 4, that is x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 4. So here we are going to take, let me take some diagonally here, right? So I am going to make diagonal lines here like this. I am going to make it till here, right? Till here I am going to make these line. It should not cross this line, it should not go above that. So here we are done with the coloring in this part also, that is under this line, because it is less than, that is x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 4. So we have to color it below this line, right, from this to this, under this line only. Now if we see which is that area where we find all these lines, yellow, red, and what is that one, grayish color somewhat. So if we see, this is the part, this one here, where we find all these, lines intersecting each other. If you see this one, this is the area where we are finding all these lines, right? Here you are going it like this part, right? And this part is called this is called as feasible region. What is this called as? This is called as feasible, this is called as feasible region, this is called as feasible region. Fine. Now we have here some points which we call as corner points, and we have to find out the values of these corner points. So we have here this one, then we are here second one, here this is the third one, and here we have the fourth one. 4 corner points we have here, and we have to find out the value of all these 4 corner points. Let this corner point be O, let this one be A, and let this one here, let it be B, and let this one be C, right? Now we have here these 4 corner points, O, A, B, and C. Now if we talk about the calculation of these corner points, we know here when I talk about this, it is what, the x1 value is 0 and the x2 value is also 0, right? Now we are going to calculate O, A, B, and C. Now see here we have these corner points O, A, B, and C. Now when I talk about this x1 and x2 at point O, if you go back and see at point O, x1 is equal to 0 and x2 is equal to 0. So we are going to write down the same values there. Now when I give, because we have the maximization equation there, when I put x1 and x2 values 0 there, what I am going to get? I am going to get 0 here, right? Because our equation is 5x1 plus 7x2. Both x1 and x2 values are 0. So max z would be how much? It would be 0. So we are going to write down 0 there. Now when I talk about this point C, here x1 is how much? X1 is 0 and x2 is how much? 3, right? X1 is 0 and x2 is 3. So we are going to write down x1 0 value and x2 3 value in the table, and then we are going to calculate max z. Let's go. So here we have so these we have to take at point C. So here we have C where x1 is 0 and x2 is 3. How much would be max z? Here 5 into x1 is 0, and 7 into 3 is how much? 7 into 3 is 21. I'm going to write down 21 in max z column. So this is 21. Now we are going to point A and point B. Now when I talk about point A, here x1 is how much? X1 is 3.5 and x2 is what? X2 is 0 here. So I am going to take x1 is equal to 3.5 and x2 is equal to 0. So we are going to get here A, x1 is 3.5 and x2 is 0, and here in max z what we are going to put now? 5 into 3.5 plus 7 into 0. So 3.5 into 5 is how much? It is 17.5. So we are going to write down max z is equal to 17.5. So here is the value 17.5. Now we have to find out the value of x1 and x2 at point B. So let us go back here. Now here at this point B, there are 2 ways. One is if you have graph, if you are like plotting this on graph, you can directly draw one perpendicular from this point to here, and one more line which is perpendicular to this, and you can find out the values there. Now if we don't have that, what we are going to do? We are going to see which 2 lines are intersecting here. if we see this 10x1 plus 7x2 is equal to 35 or less than equal to 35, and which is the other one? The other one is 3x1 plus 8x2 is less than equal to 24. These two lines are intersecting at this point B. Which one? 3x1 plus 8x2 is less than or equal to this, and what is the other one? Now these are the two equations which are intersecting at point B, right? Now what we are going to do, we cannot deduct anything like anywhere here. So what we are going to do, we are going to one common term here. Now if we see this equation, what we are going to do, we are going to multiply this equation by how much? We are going to multiply it by 3, and to the second equation we are going to multiply it by, we will multiply it by 10, so that we can make one common term here, right? So this first equation, if we see, this will become 30x1 plus 21x2, right, is equal to 35 into 3 is 105, right? And this will become 30x1 plus 80 into 10 is 80x2 plus 240. So we are going to write down the same here. Am I right here? So what we are going to do now, we are going to deduct it. So we are going to deduct it, right? So how are we going to deduct it? We are going to put minus sign here, and minus sign here also. So what is the value we are going to get here? This will get cancelled. Am I right? 30 and 30 will get cancelled. Then we have here this value. Now here 21x2 minus 80x2 is how much? Minus 59x2 is equal to 105 minus 240 is equal to how much? Minus 135. So if we because we have both sides this negative, so we are going to cancel it. Then x2 will be how much? x2 will be is equal to 135 divided by 59, and we are going to get this x2 value how much? This x2 value will be how much? So we are going to get x2 is equal to 2.29. So what we are going to do, we are going to place this x2 is equal to 2.29 in any of these two equations. Then we are going to get x1 value. What we are going to do, in either of these two equations, you can take like 3x1 plus 8x2 is equal to 24. In that you are going to replace here this or substitute this x2 is equal to 2.29 here, and you can calculate x1 values. Let us do that. Now here is our equation, and in this equation we are going to put x2 value, right? So x2 value is how much? So let us replace it here only. We are going to multiply it, and the value is how much? The value is 2.29, right? Value is 2.29. So 3x1 plus 8 into 2.29 is how much? So when we multiply this, it will be how much? It is 18.32. Now 3x1 is equal to 24 minus 18.32, because this is on left hand side positive, and when it goes here it will become negative. So we are going to get 3x1 is equal to 24 minus 18.32. So we are going to get here 3x1 is equal to 24 minus this, and when you deduct it, we are going to get 5.68, right? So after that, what we are going to do, because 3x1 is equal to this, so we are going to take x1 value here, right, and divide here it by this 3 value, 5.68 divided by 3, right? So when we divide 5.68 divided by 3, we are going to get 1.89. That is, the value of x1 is equal to 1.89. So we are going to take the same values. What is that? x1 value is 1.89, and x2 value is how much, which we have calculated now? 2.29. So here x1 value is how much? X1 value is 1.89, and here x2 value is 2.29. So when we substitute these values x1 and x2 in this maximization function, so we are going to get max z value, and the max z value is, once we simplify it, we are going to get 25.48. Hence we can say the maximum value of z it occurs at point B where x1 is equal to 1.89 and x2 is equal to 2.29, right? So this is the max z value, that's 25.4, because this is the highest value of all these values here, that we have calculated for max z. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you have understood how can we solve an LPP using graphical method. Thank you so much.